Hey there again, St. James family and friends. Just here again to bring about our weekly update on everything at the church in regards to how we're navigating through the COVID season and everything else like that. Again, we had some pretty big change late in the week last week. That was really what I wanted to touch on a little bit more today for us here. Just kind of some of the reasons behind that after we had started a good couple weeks on campus for worship. And then decided to pull back. So really, I'm just kind of labeling this this week for us as kind of going back to phase zero. Well, I don't even know the phases that we came up with. The titles didn't even work out that well for us because everything's changing so quickly on this one. But the main thing is just a suspension of on-campus worship for now again. And beauty again is a reminder of us. I'm using this word again a lot because I just want to let you know these are things that we've been going through for the past 3 months that we've been talking through. So reconnecting with all the work that we've done here. One of the beautiful things is that we will maintain online worship. This is a regular part of our ministry. And so thank you again for joining us there. Thank you for pivoting back. If you had come to campus to pivot back to going online there. Continue to invite your friends to be with us online, even in regular life, whatever regular is going to be looking like. We're finding that folks might be even more willing to connect with a virtual worship service through their computer first before they may even come to campus. So all these ways that online worship is going to be serving you and others in the ministry to go on here. Again, just wanted to reflect on a couple weeks that we did have for on-campus worship. We thought we made a very good start to it. We were very intentional about our protocols that we were calling for masks, for temperature checks, and for distancing, kind of being careful with our singing and things like that. I also wanted to thank those who did come to worship just for your compliance. There were stories around other places where people were being unwilling to comply to the protocols. And we set these up again for all of us to be safe together in it. So thank you for doing that. Just to let you know, the attendances over the 2 weeks that we were here, the first weekend we had around 70 or a little bit higher at each of the services. But we had over 200 online that worshiped with us that Sunday. The second Sunday was interesting. We had only around 40 on average in both of the services on campus. And then our online viewing went up to about 250 online. So these just one of the pictures that we had there from the 21st. For everybody who was on campus. We're thankful to be there, but just wanted to kind of talk again today about the decision to go back to suspending on-campus worship, at least here. This is a team that that I've brought together around me to help make these decisions. So many of the staff, particularly the worship staff and interim children's director and things like that. But some of our members in the church who are in the medical field, in the education field as well, that bring their expertise, their experience, and what they're learning in their realms that they can provide for us, the church. So thank you all who are serving on that team to help us to be able to, again, we're meeting bi-weekly as we're able to help navigate the church through this season and do it nimbly when we need to adapt, especially this last week was like that. So over the whole time there, we recognized this slide is incorrect here. What we recognized as we came together is that we all really do have a deep desire for corporate worship. That again is an essential of our faith, and after 3 months, it's been a long time coming. So that is where we all started from, just a desire for corporate worship and a desire to return to some aspects of normal life. I think all of us were experiencing that as we came into mid-June. We were looking at opening up things again there. Our team affirmed that we really did a great job with our safety protocols, our communication to the congregation, for those who came, just compliance. This is, again, this work of all of us together, even in this aspect of getting on campus. So we affirmed all of these things together and really desired for these things. But however, we all were drawn to the fact that data is just revealed this exponential growth and rise in the cases, and particularly positive cases in the area, especially coming out of like Memorial Day weekend and into the middle of June there. This also was reflected in a lot of testimony that all of us on the team had been hearing in various places, just an increased anxiety from a lot of us around life, that you know, we want to get back to life, but we're just increased anxiety about how much the cases are going here as well. Many of us also want to lift up the Florida Conference has provided a lot of resources for us. One of them is that a member at the church in First Gainesville, Dr. Fred Southwick, is the former head of the Department of Infectious Disease at University of Florida Shands. He's still practicing there. So for the Florida Conference, he's become a resource to really just kind of get the education, the professional experience, and also the hands-on experience of living in coronavirus. And so he's been a faithful resource for us, and he's been providing webinars. But I wanted to provide for you today just some of those sources of data for you all to consider as well. I'm going to do my best to put these websites on the feed for us at Facebook and YouTube, so you can just click on them yourselves so you can track along with us. And we're trying to set some metrics for us here, but one of them is the Florida COVID data and surveillance dashboard. It provides, I'll show you these images in just a little bit, but it provides just a great wealth of information for the state and the county and even our zip code. Another one is that the Florida Department of Health has, by county, the daily reports of how things are going with the testing and things like that. I'll show you those images here too. And our Florida Conference website. Again, we are connected in this with 600 other churches here in the United Methodist Church here in Florida. And our conference website has a great wealth of information of all these kind of same things, but then how they're compiling it as well for us in guidance of the churches. So let me just share a little bit of all this information for you to take a look at, and just so you know where we're getting our information from and how you might be able to make decisions on your own also. So this is that data and surveillance dashboard. Here's the website. Again, you can hopefully find it in the feed for you there, but in kind of an overview of the whole state here is where they start. And so they have kind of given us the image of the state of Florida. The dark blue are the higher concentrations of cases that are going on here. So Southeast Florida, but then us here in the Tampa and St. Pete area. These are cumulative numbers since they started recording them of our area here. Again, the deaths that we have had in the state of Florida are almost 4,000 alone just in this in our state. Here is some just data for new cases in the whole state. And so I want to just draw us again to the fact that this is coming out of Memorial Day weekend. We started worship here at 6:21. And you can see just the increase around the state of the cases that have been going on. And it's an exponential increase. Like, this is a steep slope of the increase as life got back together. Thankfully, over July 4th, it looks like things kind of came down. This is a graph of the deaths of Florida residents here. And again, you can see as we came into worship, just a high concentration. Now, deaths trail behind this because it takes a few weeks and even months to unfortunately succumb to the impact of COVID, but you can see it's going up there. Thankfully, because we're seeing now the decline in deaths, even this week, means that work that has been done 2 to 4 weeks prior, both in treatment and in those folks who are staying safe, is resulting in less deaths, thankfully. However, any death is still one that we certainly hold to our hearts. This is a graph of just some of the testing data that they have there. So this is cumulative for the whole state. However, I did want to give you information about Hillsborough County that we are a part of. And so we have done a great deal of testing in our county here as well. This percentage of positive cases that normalizes, we all know that they're increasing the amount of testing. But the percentage of positive cases means that regardless of how many tests are being done, an increase in the percentage of positives means that more folks are getting the disease. And so that's a metric that's important for us here as well. The state has established a target range of 10% positive cases to be one for us to be looking for. And you can see as a state or as a county, we're just over that. And that's cumulative. We'll look at information about what it is kind of week by week for us here as we go. Here's information getting a little bit closer into Hillsborough County. And again, these are the cases for our county, new cases reported by day. We came into worship again at the 21st here of 400 cases in a day. We had seen pretty low numbers coming into the month of June, but as we open up more and more, again, this is where we were drawn to just really some concern of just how quickly and rapidly the cases increased, particularly over the weekends when people are out and about. And it's continuing to increase again. So the kind of the line here you can see along it is an increase there. July 4th, again, seeing some of the highest over the weekend, but we're coming out of the weekend seeing a little bit less. Our zip code here in 33647, where the church is, again, getting even closer. This is a daily report from yesterday with 417 new cases that we had just in our area, in our zip code itself. I wanted to then show you again, they have out of the Florida Department of Health website, case information by county. And so you can see through here, it's broken down by all the counties. I'll try to scroll down as quickly as I can to Hillsborough County. So we can see just some of what's going on in our county here. And that's, again, some of the things that we are looking for trends and for information as well. Almost there. It's a big state that we have here. So looking in Hillsborough County here as well, this is cases for our county since we opened up here in 6/21. And again, you can see a rapid increase over the weekends, but even still an ongoing trend of increased cases going on here. Wanted to bring up as well just the outcomes here is the deaths that we have for our county, 160 just in our county alone. And so that's just some of the information for us about our county here as well. You can see hospitalizations, the deaths that we have had, a great wealth of information. One in particular that I want us to be aware of, again, is this percentage of positive cases. Again, this is indicated regardless of how many testings are done, the fact that more people are getting affected by the virus here. So again, we came back on 6/21. And we were already up at 15% positive testing, positive cases on the 22nd. You can see this has gone up. We had a little bit of a drop here, but it's been upwards of 20%, 17%. And particularly on the weekends, you can see that it gets very high as well. And we are starting to see a little bit of decline back down to the 16% range, which is good, but still very high for the percentage of cases that are going on here. These are just emergency room visits and things like that of people showing symptoms of it. But you can see again, just the trends that are going on as we look at it there. So, so that is the information from the Department of Health in the Florida state. I wanted to show you our Florida Conference website. If you go to flumc.org, you'll see at the top there this big thing for Corona-19 viruses updates. And so they're giving regular updates for us as churches to take into consideration of all the information that we have going on here. So that's all the data that drove our decision. And along with our own anxiety, we started the meeting, all of us, again, thinking and thanking God for the chance to get back together and how much we may have missed it. But as we looked at everything, as we talked about it more, we realized we want to maintain as much safety as possible. And particularly because our online worship is going so well, we wanted to step back from campus again, and also for our worship teams. And so that was a shift for us in this one here as well. When you see our choir members and when you see our praise team members, do thank them for all the tireless work that they've been doing. But then also they've been coming over these past few months into a place and into an area that they were taking some risk on their own. And so we wanted to honor that in this time here to let them be safe at home for a while as well. And so that has shifted a little bit about what worship is going to look like for us as we go on from there. So let me show you just what we're thinking about for the month of July, particularly when it comes to worship here. Small groups, we're letting you all make your decision yourself if you want to come back to campus for worship or for your small group meeting or for other things that you might want to do. We do ask that you follow all of the safety protocols that we've put in place, particularly everyone to be in masks. That is one of the greatest protectors of others in case we might be asymptomatic. Practice as much social distancing, at least 6 feet apart, as you can. We're also asking all of us to just self-evaluate. If you are feeling like you have a temperature, if your temperature is above 100.4, that is when we're supposed to be staying home. In all these places also, we will continue to provide Zoom as a great platform if you want to do your studies remotely also. But for worship plans for this month, we're going to be doing everything virtually again this month. So really quick pivot last weekend for doing worship online. Thank you for joining us there. It was an interesting task to do it all by Zoom. I'll talk about that more in my booster shot tomorrow or on Wednesday. But one of the things for us going forward, this coming weekend, we'll be doing video production for the services and put it out for you. And that way we'll have a little bit more of a feel of what it looked like when folks were in the sanctuary doing worship. We're going to use some things we've done over the past couple of months, kind of some best of songs that we've done. And I'll be preaching from in the sanctuary again, but just me and the tech person to do it safely that way. We have had things planned for this month that we were looking forward to celebrating within the congregation on campus. Recognizing again, though, that even that congregation is a little bit limited anyways, but we're going to do all of them virtually as well. So 2 big things is the 19th of July, we are going to be doing a Youth Sunday. We're really excited for that. Zach Grant has helped to take over leadership in the interim. Paige Nysonger and others have helped to step in as well. So they're producing and going to be developing a great worship service for us there. And looking forward to actually doing it online and with video because they can kind of do some more creative things. I'm excited to see what the youth are going to produce for that one. I encourage you to join us on that line. We also wanted to celebrate our graduates in that service. And so we're looking at plans of maybe that evening doing a big drive-through celebration of our graduates, having them kind of on campus and all of us members, we can drive through and celebrate them that way. We'll keep you posted on that one. The final week of July for us in worship at least is the 25th. We're going to celebrate VBS. We have decided to go forward with VBS. This disease is different for children than it is for adults, as they've been realizing. A lot less children are being impacted by it. So we have 90 registrants for VBS that have maintained their registration. We also want to be very mindful of the adult leaders as they are helping in that, so we're going to keep them very safe. It's a reduced time for VBS. They'll be in their small groups of 6 to 8 students with 2 teachers, so it'll be 10, but they'll maintain just that group together and move around, being separated from other groups. And then anytime that they're going to be gathering with everybody will be in a sanctuary with everybody spread out. But we want to celebrate every year just what VBS is about. So we'll be able to produce that and celebrate that on July 25th. The hope then is that we will be coming back to campus on August, for whatever reason, my timeline is mixed up here. So we're hoping to get back on campus by August 2nd. And so we'll keep you posted on that one as we go forward here. But this is just what we're looking forward to over the next month or so of online worship that we've provided. I'm doing my best here with all the technology to provide you the information as best we can. Continue to be in prayer for us in our church, in our community, in this nation, in this world. It's going to take our effort together to keep us all safe so that the coronavirus does not spread anymore, and allow us to be able to return to life that is normal. Again, for all the other places on campus, if you want to meet with your groups, you can do so, but we encourage you to be safe as you do that as well. And if you want to maintain doing it online for your small groups, contact us in the church. We'll help you to get on Zoom or other platforms to be able to do that. We look forward to a great month of worship together. This will allow us the space to evaluate the metrics as we go forward. For all the ways that we want to see the decline in the metrics that we have talked about here today. So we'll keep you posted on those things as well. So thank you again for listening. Thank you for your faithfulness into it. Thank you for your prayers for the church, for our community, and for all of us. Thank you even in this time when we are not physically together and we have decided to not be physically together, that we can still be in this together, in worship, in study, in faithfulness, and in prayer. And in ministry, you'll be seeing through this week of just the ministry that we've been doing in this time as well, particularly the Habitat build and the celebrations there. So thank you all again for your faithfulness and for being a part of this together. Take care. God bless.